In this video, I'm going to walk through Podia's new blogging features. Podia, your online course platform, email marketing, and all-in-one tool, is adding blogging to their workflow. You could theoretically get rid of your WordPress site and just do content and everything right here on Podia. I'm going to give you the full demo and tour of the product. I'm going to poke a bunch of holes in it and share my pros and cons. Let's dive in. Really quick, key points. So Podia, initially a digital product platform. You can sell your courses. There's some coaching services stuff that works there. Grow your email list, download freebies, as well as some email marketing tools, some funnel stuff that they've done in the past couple of years, and now blogging. It's supposed to be like an everything under one roof. This tool to handle most of your business, if your business is fairly simple or straightforward. Now, the other big point here for me is it's free. You can get started right now for $0 and start blogging as much as you want. It's going to be a Podia domain name, of course, and there's some other features that you can get access to on the free plan, but you can start for free right now and upgrade $4 a month. That's like their cheapest paid plan where you get your custom domain. It doesn't come with a custom domain, by the way. You still got to purchase that separately, I believe, but you connect it and you got a blog. Done. And that's actually pretty affordable for website hosting, especially considering, again, you get access to some of these other features and options and stuff like that. So with that said, that's like the key talking points here. Let's move on to the tour and demo. And let me show you how this thing works in action. Full disclosure, Podia sponsored this video. They gave me access to the account so I could play around with it. They also said I could say whatever I want. So I do have pros and cons, which I don't hold back later in the video, but I just want to let you know, for full disclosure, full transparency. So first, a very quick tour. If you're in your Podia account right here, blog is now up at the top. And you can actually view the blog in a new window. It's going to open up doevenblog.podia.com/blog. And here are some blog posts. And of course, you can view all of your posts. That's what we're looking at right now, as well as create a new post right from here. Now, before we create one, design your blog. This right here is where you're going to edit your posts page. And in fact, if you actually just open this, it's going to open the entire site editor, not just the blog portion, although that's what we're seeing right now, but you can actually click here to go over and edit different parts of your Podia site, where you have your courses, your products, your thank you page, all that sorts of stuff. And you can actually click blog post right here to edit and design, customize what the actual blog post page looks like. That shouldn't actually be there. I will add, I was playing around with some stuff right there. Get that. So let's go back to the page here, the post page, blog post. So edit blog post page, the individual page right here, you customize that design. Open up the /posts page right here. Import your blog. So if you have another blog, for example, doevenblog.com is where I do my thing here. You can click validate URL and it should start to import. I'm assuming this uses your RSS feed. Import as drafts. Import post. 10 posts found, which is ridiculous. I have a couple of hundred posts there, but it's probably just doing the first 10, I'm guessing. Okay, that's actually an interesting note. I never noticed that before. So something to consider. We might bring that up to Podia support. And now my blog posts are importing, etc., etc. Now, a few other things here. Share blog copies the RSS link, and you can have some quick actions here. And you actually get access to sharing stuff as you publish your blog post. Right there. You can do share, and it also appears, I think, right after you publish the blog post. Pretty handy, right? Copy the link from here, share from here, etc. Now you can click on each one of these posts to open up the post editor, if you want to edit the post or whatnot. And I think that's it as far as tour. So let's transition into actually creating a blog post. And keep in mind, in just a couple minutes, I'm going to go through some pros and cons here, because I definitely have some. You're going to want to see that stuff. For now, let me just type up some random blog post here. This is a title of a post, and you can just hit enter. Now we're in the intro. Okay, now editor is actually really intuitive and user-friendly. This is actually one of my big pros. It is actually really easy to use. Now, you don't see any editing tools by default, but you can either right-click something or you can select a bunch of stuff and get access to, well, all the things, right? You could do bold, italics, text align, change it to a heading, change it to a block quote, Do a highlights, which I actually really like. I like highlighting text in general. You could do that. Code formatting, all sorts of stuff. So far, I've been really happy with the shortcuts. I use Markdown. I usually write in Markdown. So if I do 2 hashtags here, this should be a subheader. And it is. And in fact, when you copy this and you try and make it an H3, it doesn't appear here, but you can actually do 1, 2, 3. This should be an H3. And that actually works. Same thing with bold text. Bold text, you could just like do this and you can see it's actually making it bold with a shortcut right there. Same thing with Command I or Control I, italics. Bullet points, same thing. You could do shortcuts there. Everything works really seamlessly, really smooth. It looks good, right? It's really simple looking right now. There's not a whole lot of extra controls up here, but I don't think you need any for most people. You can also paste in content, of course. I'm going to go to fab.ai, which is my own AI writing tool, and copy this blog post that it did as rich text. Copy that and come over here. I'll just delete all that. Paste this in here, and now I have my blog post, right? Now, that's actually pretty easy. That's simple. Over here, you're going to see a few things. Number one, the permalink, the post URL. I don't know why they didn't call it permalink. Maybe that's a WordPress only thing. Some post, some dash post, right? And if I do that, now you can change the URL there. You can change the author. You can set this to schedule out in a future date, which is what I'll do right now, just for fun. Hit schedule. Now we're scheduled. I'm actually going to go back so you can also share it right from here. It's pretty handy. Go back. Optimize this post right here. Oh, this is cool. It gets you, your comments will appear there. You can also turn comments off, which I'll show you right now, actually. Details, this tab right here. Featured image, I'll show you what that looks like in just a second, but you can choose your featured image here, as well as set the alt text. Excerpt, you can write, this is like a little section that'll appear right at the top, summarizing the post or whatever you want to put here. Turn on or off comments right there. Now, SEO tab, which we're also going to come back to, it will automatically pull your title for the SEO title, which is kind of what their competitors do, Podia's competitors do. Most sites do this, right? Same thing with the description. It's actually going to pull your excerpt from the details right here, but you can also set a specific SEO meta description by pasting in there or typing in there. Choose your social sharing image, and you can also choose, I really like this, to index or not index a blog post. Thank you for including this, Podia. This needs to be there. Good job. Nice work. You can change these. You can hit update or whatnot. I did forget to show you images. And one more thing. If you go to a new line in the editor here and just hit the slash button, it actually brings up a bunch of stuff you can do, kind of like when you selected content here. But now you can do images, file uploads, like a little PDF you can include right here. You could do an embed, like a YouTube video. In fact, I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to grab my Georgia Bulldogs, clobbering Florida, and come back over here, paste in the YouTube URL, and just hit insert. Now we're good. And that's good. Trying to think if I missed anything here. I don't think I did. That's really handy. You can also include buttons right here, line breaks, all that good stuff. Hit update, and you're good to go. You can actually view the post right now, and you can actually view the post before you hit publish, doing that same thing. Although, I will say, one of my big cons, not big con, it's a small con, honestly, is that there's no like big preview button, right? I preview my stuff all the time before I actually hit publish, and I would like to see some button like right up here that says preview. Doesn't have that right now. You can still preview it before it goes live. You just kind of have to navigate back here and then go to view post, and then you can like, see what it looks like right here. So that is how to create content. That's it. Pretty easy. Great editor, some good settings over here, and that's it. Now, really quickly, I want to show you what these look like. Obviously, you just saw this really basic one right here. Let's go back to the edit and editing and design area, because I think that's important. I want to know what this blog post looks like, right? And so let's go to edit post page. I'm pretty happy with this, I gotta say. I've been playing around with this, and it's basically a simple click around for the different elements you want to edit. Like if I wanted to edit this section of the page, I just click here, and it opens up this over here. You click down here and you can edit the content area. And of course you can insert stuff. And spoiler alert, this is one of my big pros. Obviously, this is an all-in-one platform. You want it to integrate. You want to get people on your email list through a freebie or whatever that is without doing any integrations, right? You have your email list here on Podia. All you got to do is come over here. Let's say you wanted to add one right here or up here or whatever. Just say like right here. I'm going to click the plus button. Email form. Boom. And then you can customize this, of course, separately. You could always remove it. You can move things up and down. Pretty awesome to think about, right? No integration, no Zapier, no embeds. Just add it right here, and then you can customize it, of course, and give people their download and get people to email us on your blog post. And you can also put more stuff at the bottom, of course, before the comments, after the comments, that sort of stuff. It's pretty nice, I would say. Overall site design stuff can be found here, by the way. This is actually not just editing the blog post page when you click this button, but it's the design on everything, right? The base colors. This is actually like the same colors I had on my site. I actually changed it last week, but before last week, I added my custom colors here and my custom branding, my logo, right? Like everything is highly customizable. It's actually pretty user-friendly. So this is another big pro. I'm not going to go too in-depth on every single little detail that you could change, but you mostly can change it. I'm actually really happy, and always have been really happy, with the way Podia's designs look and feel and how you can customize them. It's pretty awesome. I'm just going to change my font just for fun. I like that they just automatically have pairings right here. You can see what these look like. Again, just as easy as clicking things. I like this, right? Super easy, simple, fast to use, to customize. And of course, you can change around the different styles. Like if I wanted to make H2 headers bigger, I can just go down here. There you go. Did I have any H2s? I thought those were H2s. Maybe not. Maybe those are H3s. Wasn't actually paying attention. But there you go. I'm going to go back to my blog post editor here. Blog post editor. There we go. Click on these. I'm trying to think if I missed anything. You can edit the settings, obviously, right here with, do I want to show the author? Yes, whatever. I don't have that set up in my Podia account. Do I want to show comments? 0 comments. Like I wouldn't want to show that. Delete that, delete that. You could change to show your excerpt right here, show the featured image or not, show the date or not, that sort of stuff, right? And you can also customize the design on a per section basis. Pretty handy. Like here's my form. Like what if I wanted to make this a different background color? Well, I click that and then come over here and you can change all sorts of stuff. Style. Ooh, that's cool. I didn't know about this. Overlay. Ah, okay. Interesting. Didn't even realize I could do that. Just like this, make it dark. That's cool. Like put it like that, make it bright. You can do all sorts of stuff, right? If you can kind of imagine it, this page builder and design is actually really good. It's really well done. So kudos to Podia team. You guys did well. You can also click here to check out what this looks like on mobile. I'm going to be really frank with you. I don't know about Podia. I'm not accusing them of anything, but a lot of tools that have this functionality right here, it's not as accurate as you might think. What I like to do is the Chrome DevTools and actually turn on mobile. I find it to be a little bit more accurate with what it's actually going to look like, right? That actually looks great, in my opinion. Font size, perfect. And again, you can customize all that stuff, but really good out of the box, so to speak, with their blog design. Really happy with that. Now, I want to transition and talk about pros and cons. So let's go to the pros first. There's actually going to be way more cons, by the way, but they're actually mostly small cons. I want to put that out there. My full review, and I'll say this straight up into the camera, I think if you don't do a ton of heavy customization in your WordPress site, if you already have a WordPress blog or whatnot, and you're using Podia already, or you want to use Podia for digital downloads, courses, email marketing, that sort of stuff, I think their blogging platform, which is brand new, is really great. If you don't need anything super fancy, which I'll cover in just a second in my notes, if you don't need those things, which is 95% of people, honestly, I actually really love it. It's easy to use. It's super fast. It's more than customizable enough, right? You can change some SEO settings or whatnot. It's fine. In fact, it's good. Is it great? It depends on who you are. So let's dive into this. The pros. Number one, getting started for free. It's always going to be a big pro in my book. Even if you don't get a whole lot for free, right? If you can't do your custom domain name for free, at least you have something. You can dive in and try it out for free. And you should use my affiliate link, dyeb.link/Podia. But here we go. Start for free, awesome. The all-in-one just got more all-in-one. And I'm going to skip ahead and talk about this integration. You can add, your products, your freebies, buy buttons. You can point people to product pages. You can offer up digital downloads and freebies or webinars, or you could get people on your email list super easy. It's all integrated right here. There's one login. You would not need WordPress. You would not need all these different platforms. The all-in-one just got more all-in-one. This is a big pro, right? Especially if you're not super tech savvy and you don't need a bunch of fancy features. This is a huge pro. You can create content to share on LinkedIn or socials, or to try and rank in SEO or Pinterest or whatever. That's huge, right? It's not. It might be a little feature, but it's not in the grand scheme of things. You have to have some content, or, I would prefer you have some blog on the internet, even if it's not for SEO, and you can now do it on an all-in-one platform. This is huge, right? And there's no integrations. There's no setups really. You just can put your embed form right there before every post. It's as easy as that. Right? Super simple. Last two pros here, they're going to be super short, but they're actually pretty big pros. It's easy. It's so easy. If you have the Podia account, you hit new blog post and you start typing. All the shortcuts that I'm familiar with, that I'm used to, worked right out of the bat. It was super easy to change things and do formatting and add images and YouTube embeds and a featured image. Some SEO settings are good enough, right? You can definitely set some SEO settings, index or not index, on a per post basis. It's not a ton, but it's enough. It's definitely enough, and it's just easy. It's easy, and fast, and allows you to focus on other things. And it looks good, and you can customize the way it looks more than you might think for a page builder, a drag and drop sort of thing. It's easy. It's clean, it's easy, and it works. Again, I'm not going to spend any more time on that, but that's actually a pretty big pro, right? You get into WordPress and if you're new especially, you got to think about themes, and then you're trying to customize things, and it's not easy as it might seem. I like this. It's super straightforward and easy. Huge pro. Now, cons. It seems like there's a lot of these. It's really only 2 or maybe 3.5 that actually bug me personally if I'm a user of this product. So first of all, there's no HTML. You can't edit, right now at least, the HTML of a blog post. So if I go back to fab.ai and I copy HTML to my clipboard here, usually I'm not going to say the W word, but Podia's competitors for blogging, you can just paste in HTML. You can also dive in and edit the HTML for the entire post on a per section basis or whatever. You can't do that in Podia. There's no way to do that. I pasted in my HTML, well, there's my HTML, right? There's not a way to dive in, copy, paste, and edit HTML tags, which again, it's an advanced use case, but I do it all the time. All the time. That's number one. Number two, there's no export feature that I'm aware of. For example, what if you start on Podia and you publish 50 blog posts, and then a year from now, you want to move off of Podia? What do you do? Now, you do have access to your RSS feed, which I think is in blog settings right here. RSS feed, yes. Oh, I actually don't know if you have your... Well, you could figure out. Yeah, there you go. You could get your RSS feed right here. And you could probably use that to export posts. But again, that's more advanced. What I would like to see, I'm just being real here, Podia, sorry. I would like to see export blog post. They have a blog post importer where you import from other blogs. Why not the export feature in case we want to use this? XML, YML, I don't remember. I'm not the techiest person when it comes to that sort of stuff anyways, but I would like that feature to be easier, exporting, and they don't have that right now. Next up, there's no support for tables. I like tables in my content. In fact, there was one in this post I noticed earlier. Bullet points, this transferred over just fine when I copied and pasted in that blog post, but there was also a table here, somewhere down here. I thought, yes, this table right here, I want this to transfer over. And this is just a very simple HTML table. There's nothing fancy. There's no plugins. It's nothing like that. And that did not transfer over, right? I want it to. Or at least the ability to like add some tables. At least I actually didn't try this. Tables? No. I don't think there's any tables to add right now. Maybe they add it in the future, but that table did not transfer over. No, there's no tables. Next up, at the moment, there's no proven this works for SEO. Does that make sense? It's going to take a while. It's going to be a while. It's like this for all new platforms. Will this work well for SEO? Will it work better than their competitors or worse? Or does it matter? Does that make a difference? We simply don't know. And it's going to be a while. I would actually like to do an entire site in Podia's blogging feature set here and just see if it works, see if it starts to rank over time. Nobody has that information at the time of this recording, so we just don't know. There's no track record of anything. Does it work? We don't know. Does it produce good content? Or does it, let you produce good content? Yes, absolutely. It absolutely does. But we don't know any SEO things yet. It doesn't really matter, in my opinion. I really don't think it does, but there we go. Fine-tuning SEO. For example, what if you wanted to do structured data or stuff like that? There's nothing regarding that. Again, this is definitely a more advanced use case. But at the moment, like in their competitor, the W word, you can get plugins to help you with really advanced SEO stuff. Can't do that. You can't access HTML, and you can't do plugins. There are no plugins or anything like that. Third-party community plugins. There's nothing. So take that for what you will. No direct integration with on-page SEO tools like Surfer, SEO, Yoast, Rank Math. These other tools that help you with on-page SEO, they don't have anything built into their product right now. I personally don't use those anyways. Some people swear by them. I'm not one of those. I actually just like to try and create good content without worrying as much about on-page SEO. But if you are worried about on-page SEO and you want to use Yoast or Rank Math, you can't do it. Sorry. And again, this is kind of another con here. There's just no plugins. There's no support for edge use cases. I don't even know what that would be for a lot of people. But for the 3% of users who need that special sauce that they could do custom coding, they could get code snippets, they could do a third-party plugin, or whatever it is. I don't know. They don't have that, right? There's no built-in AI writer. There's no nothing. There's no plugins. It's just a simple blog post editor and publisher. You get lots of customization and design choices, but not a whole lot of additional functionality for the edge use cases. Again, 95% of people shouldn't care. But for the 5% who might need something, they don't have it yet. So there you go. Now let me wrap up this video with stuff I want to see. I think this would be helpful. By the way, please, by all means, support this channel and go to dye.link/Podia and use my affiliate link and try this out for absolutely free. It'll show them that Pete sent you there. Go give it a try. Even if you're not going to upgrade to a pay plan, I would appreciate it. You'll enjoy it. You'll get something out of it. Or if you want to try out Podia for online courses, it has the Pete stamp of approval. I've used all the platforms. I've used Podia on and off since they were a thing. Please believe me, I was one of the in that first 6 months, I think, once they went and to the public, I was there. The point is, I support Podia. I think they did a killer job for digital products, digital downloads, courses. Super easy, super straightforward, super clean. And now they're adding blogging. Go give it a try. It has Pete's stamp of approval. Check. It really does. That said, Podia team, if you're watching this, which I think they actually will, here's what I want to see. Some big things. I would like to see email as blog post, similar to Substack or Beehive. This is super popular these days. And since you already have an all-in-one platform, I would like to see public blog posts from your emails. People who send newsletters or whatnot. You should have the option, shouldn't be required, the option to kind of do that as a blog post and have it a URL there. And if you want to take it a step further, the way Beehive does it, I'm sure Substack too, people could either pay you for your newsletter, it could be like private newsletters, private blog post, or have the first half of the blog post available And then the second half, unlocking when people enter their email address to subscribe to the newsletter. That's a super cool feature. I would love to see that. Even more integrations. And more specifically, I mean like Podia integrations. Not even like third party. I mean Podia integrations. I would like to see short codes. Little bracket things that look like this. Email opt-in form or something like that for a specific product. What if I wanted to interrupt my blog content after I'm talking about a freebie with a form for the freebie? You should be able to come in your blog post here, find where that's going to go, and do like / short code, and then it opens up something like this. Again, it doesn't have to look like this, but it'll open up something like that and allow you to choose like, oh, this freebie 1 opt-in form, right? Or link to this product or something like that. I think that would be amazing. More integrations. I like that I can put it at the top of every blog post in the design editor. I like that I can put it at the bottom. That's not really good enough. I want a sidebar option and I want shortcodes. I want to be able to like insert stuff where I need it to be inside the content. I don't actually think that's too much to ask. I think that'd be pretty simple. Small stuff. I would like that post URL, the permalink, to default to title. Remember I had to change this right here? If I actually go to add new post, say this is title, and then I have whatever down here, down here, down here, down here. And I can hit save. It doesn't do anything right here. I go back to edit. The permalink is some crazy gibberish. I don't want that. I want it to default to the title. Auto embeds. I want to be able to paste that Georgia, Florida YouTube video in right here. Like paste the video URL, hit enter, and have it automatically embed without going to embed and then pasting in here and then hitting insert. I was about to say that ain't gonna work because I just tried to embed an RSS feed. But small thing. Categories. There are no categories right now. There actually are technically categories as you go to edit your site, but it's not blog post categories. It's actually like categories of your products, I think. I go to edit post page. It's actually an option. I'm gonna click this plus sign button right here to insert something, insert a block, if you will. And there's actually something called categories. It's not actually your blog post categories, right? There's no taggings, there's no tags, there's no categories, there's no any of that for your content, which I actually think probably should be there. That might actually be like a con in the long term. I have a feeling they might add that in the future. I don't know. I don't have it on good authority, but I think categories would be a great thing to see. Same thing with like breadcrumbs. This is a little small one, but I like breadcrumbs, on my blog post, and I think that would be really cool. You should be able to like insert it at the top of the page, like right here or something, breadcrumbs, and they don't have that. And that's it, my friends. So you can go to dyeb.link/Podia, dyeb.link/Podia. There's a link in the video description to try this out for absolutely free. Thank you to Podia for sponsoring this video and for hooking me up with an account so I can poke around and for listening to feedback. So have a fantabulous day, whatever you're doing, and I hope you enjoy the new blogging features. Adios.